Yo, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, I've got a video idea today that I haven't ever done. No, I haven't ever done anything like this. Well, I've done like reaction videos, but I haven't ever done like reviews on Raw or SmackDown episodes. And I always, I'm pretty sure every wrestling fan is like this, but I always have so much to say about Raw and SmackDowns. So I thought I might as well just start making videos when I feel like there's a lot to say about an episode of Raw or SmackDown. Obviously, I'm not going to do them every single week because some Raws and some SmackDowns there's not a hell of a lot to say, but the fact that this is the second to last Raw before WrestleMania next Saturday, it's quite a big WrestleMania Raw, so I thought I would do like a little bit of a review. I'm gonna try not make this video too long, and I asked for like 30 minutes to speak. And yeah, there's not a lot that's happened on this Raw that I want to speak about, but there is a few bits here and there. But the first segment, by the way, Raw has literally just happened, so I'm literally filming it straight after, and it is 4 o'clock in the morning in the UK right now. So this is yeah, quite late for me to be filming, but the segment that happened at the beginning of the show was Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Because obviously last week on Monday Night Raw, the show that I was at, which was fucking incredible, the match ended in a double disqualification because Rhea kicked and hit Bianca, and Io drop kicked, Bianca Belair, so it ended in a double disqualification, and then Rhea attacked them both and stood tall. So Adam Pearce done a segment with all three of them in the ring and decided to make it a triple threat at WrestleMania Sunday, I want to say, but I don't know, it could be Saturday, but yeah, so I'm so fucking hyped for that match. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I was expecting it to be Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, but they added Io Sky into it, and obviously because Io beat Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship, that was very unexpected, like a few weeks ago. But I'm a little bit confused of why they've gone down the route of having Io involved when they could have just done Rhea versus Bianca, because they have mainly just focused on Rhea and Bianca, so it is a little bit odd that they made Io the champion, even though the main focus is on Rhea and Bianca Belair. So a little bit confusing, but the segment was decent. Yeah, not a lot happened. The drop kick to the back of Rhea, and then Rhea headbutting Bianca was like the moment of that whole segment. But promos rise, not the greatest. In ring promo segments of the night, but it was decent. Rhea looked fucking incredible that whole segment, so I can't actually really remember what really went down in that segment promo wise, because I was just, not gonna lie to you, just staring at Rhea the whole time because she just looked so fucking incredible. But no, it was decent. But yeah, I'm hoping a massive brawl happens next week, or we get a little bit more of Io Sky involved, because again it just kind of feels like it's Rhea versus Bianca Belair, and Io's the manager, just there for people to look at, because she's not really doing much, which is really weird because she's the champion. But yeah, I'm hoping they spice it up with Io next week, and either a really massive brawl happens across the whole arena, or we get a really good in-ring segment between them. But I would rather the brawl, because Io's not greatest on the mic, because obviously English is a second language. Rhea Ripley's decent on the mic, and Bianca's decent on the mic, but yeah, so I would rather a massive brawl next week, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna try and remember everything that happened on Raw. Even though it's just happened, it's a 2.5 hour show, and loads of random bits go on, and I could forget. So if there's loads of pauses on this video, I am sorry, but I'm pretty sure the next match was Bayley versus Lara Valkyria. Lara Valkyria, yeah, I can never pronounce her name, for the Intercontinental Championship, which was match of the night. Like, that was a WrestleMania worthy Intercontinental Championship match, and it should have been on Intercontinental, should have been on WrestleMania, because that match was absolutely incredible. And I don't know why those two weren't on WrestleMania, to be honest, because it made sense. Because obviously we just spoke about Bianca. Bayley beat Lara Valkyria to be one of the participants in the Elimination Chamber. So Lara wanted to give Bayley another opportunity at the Continental Championship. So they should have just saved it for WrestleMania and built like a semi storyline between the two of them, of Bayley being slightly heelish out of the two. But they just made her defend it last night, or just now. So I don't know. I feel like that was a WrestleMania worthy match, because it was so fucking incredible. Like, so good. Like, definitely like a 4-star match for me. It was absolutely insane. And I'm finding it a bit odd that they're pairing them both up now to potentially face Raquel and Liv for the Women's Tag Team Championships. I just think that's really, really odd, considering Lara Valkyria has a single championship right now that she could easily defend at WrestleMania, but she's getting put with Bayley for no apparent reason to possibly face Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania. I just think that's really stupid. But I do see them winning the whole thing. But I don't know. I'm excited. I'm so excited for WrestleMania. But if I had to pick a match that I'm least excited for, it would be Bayley and Lara Valkyria versus Liv and Raquel, if that is the match. Just for the simple fact that it kind of doesn't really make any sense, especially Bayley and Lara being a tag. But I don't know. I think they're just throwing a match onto the card with the Women's Tag Team Championships for not really much storyline reasoning, when they could have done the New Day versus War Raiders at WrestleMania, because that's the men's tag team division on Raw. Like, once again going with not having a WrestleMania, because I'm pretty sure last year it was SmackDown that had a WrestleMania, but not. Well, I guess actually no, yeah, it was for. Oh yeah, no, it was for both belts, wasn't it? Last year it was for the Raw and the SmackDown ones, and then The Miz and R-Truth won the red ones, and then Austin Theory and Grayson Waller won the blue ones. So yeah, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like the men's tag team championship should have been on the card instead of the women's, because the women that they put together just, I don't know, doesn't really make sense to me. And they could have done like a 6-pack or like 5-pack, 6-pack, or however many teams there are on Raw, because I feel like we hardly get shown any of the teams that are currently on Raw. Could have been involved, and we could have got like a ladder match for the Raw Tag Team Championships, but instead we're getting a random put together last minute women's tag team division at WrestleMania. But at the same time, I'm happy about it, because I want to see Liv at WrestleMania, but I wish it was in a different circumstance. But oh well. But anyways, that Bayley versus Lara Valkyria Intercontinental Championship match was match of the night. Absolutely incredible. I am going to pause the video and just check what happened next. I think it was a Judgment Day segment, but I'm not really going to speak about that. I'm only going to speak about stuff that happened that I want to talk about. So that if you like, what about that match, or what about when this happened? I'm not including everything that happened on Raw. It's just things that I want to talk about that happened on Raw that I feel is worth talking about. So I'll be right back. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the 6-man tag team match between LWO, so Cruz del Toro, Black and Wild, and Dragon Lee, against American Made and El Grande Americano. I'm hoping I said that right, but which is Chad Gable, by the way. I think the mystery man that walked past when Chad Gable was not in the mask and the outfit that the guy came in wearing, I think it was just a random person that was part of WWE crew or something. I don't actually think that was actually a wrestler. I just think it was just some random person just to make us be like, wait, is that actually Chad Gable or is it not? But it's definitely Chad Gable. But I am going to call him by his name. So Grande Americano. Again, hoping I said that right. It was a decent it was an incredible 6-man tag. I can never remember which one's which with the Black and White and Cruz del Toro, because they don't get shown enough. But I think it was Cruz del Toro that done the move when he went onto the second rope, then the top rope, and he done like a spinning move onto Brutus Clay, I think it was. That was absolutely an incredible spot. And the beginning spot as well, where they all like ran past each other and done like a move to one another. That was incredible. So yeah, that was a really, really good match. But the reason I want to talk about that match is because obviously Andrade Americano, I was going to call him Americano, put a metal thing in his eye, and then he hit Rey Mysterio with it. And then Rey Mysterio went to Adam Pearce and asked for a match against Americano at WrestleMania, which was really unexpected. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about it, because I was not expecting that. When Rey Mysterio said, "Can I choose when the match happens?" I was like, "There's no way they're gonna put that at WrestleMania," because it's Americano character. Because it's obviously Chad Gable, but this Americana character's only just happened like 2 weeks ago, and now this character is getting a match at WrestleMania against Rey Mysterio, like above like so many other storylines that are happening right now. So it was very unexpected, but very fucking cool, because it is Chad Gable. So seeing Chad Gable get his WrestleMania match against a very legendary luchador in Rey Mysterio is very fucking cool in itself, because Chad Gable is so unappreciated. I hope I said that right. So I'm really looking forward to that match. I don't think it's going to be one of the greatest matches on the card, but I do think it's going to be very, very decent, and it's going to be a very enjoyable match to watch. So yeah, that is why I wanted to talk about that whole situation with the 6-man tag and then what happened afterwards. So sorry I keep playing with my hair, it's really annoying me, but let me see what happened next, as I can't exactly remember what happened. Hold up. Okay, the next segment that I want to talk about that happened on Raw was the Jey Uso and, well, main event Jey Uso and Gunther in-ring segment. Well, I guess Jey Uso segment, because Gunther didn't speak, but I thought it was really decent. Like, I loved the emotion that was brought out by Jey Uso, and the emotion that was on the face of Gunther, that he kind of looked like he regretted what he did in a way, and he was kind of a bit like taken back by how emotional Jey was about it, which was obvious how emotional he's going to be. But I love how Gunther looked like he was really like emotional and a bit like, oh, like shit, did I really mess up here, like kind of thing. And it's really like helped elevate Gunther a little bit for me. But it was a very decent promo by Jey Uso, but the only negative I have about it is I felt it was very slow. Like, he kind of just kept pacing in the ring, and it just felt like it was kind of dragging a little bit, because he would say like a few sentences and then he would stop, say something but with the mic like really low down, and then say something again. Like, I just felt like there was a lot of like stop and go, stop to go, stop, go. So it kind of like made it not as good as it could have been if he just said all this thing like really, really fast, like in an angry, emotional way. But he kept like stopping, and it kind of ruined the segment a little bit for me, because I don't like slow segments, because it's irritating when someone's doing a promo and they speak a couple of sentences and then they stop for like a few seconds and then speak again and then stop and then speak and then stop and then speak. It's very, very irritating. So that's the only negative I have about that segment. But what happened last week on Raw with Jimmy and Jey and Gunther has really helped this feud, and the emotion that Jey brought out of Gunther by his face, and just Jey in, I'm sorry, I keep playing with my hair. And just Jey in general, like the promo itself. If I'm not bringing into factor that he's slow, he went and started and stopped a lot. It was a really, really good segment, and it has definitely helped this feud a lot. And I am looking forward to this match, but I'm not looking forward to it as much as I would have liked. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about that segment. The next segment that I have got on my screen that happened on Raw was not the match itself I want to speak about, but obviously announced earlier this night by Adam Pearce that we are getting a fatal four-way between Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Penta, his first ever WrestleMania, and an Intercontinental Champion, Bron Breakker, at WrestleMania 41. I'm pretty sure in my WrestleMania prediction videos I said that we could potentially get a fatal four-way down the line. Wasn't expecting it to be at WrestleMania, but I did have a little slight inkling that we could get that match that is happening now at WrestleMania. And oh my god, what an absolute banger of a match to have at WrestleMania. Like, it's gonna be so incredible to watch. I do have part of me has Penta winning because it's his first ever WrestleMania, and then a part of me has Dominic Mysterio winning because he's the underdog of this match, and I feel like the underdog does tend to win a lot at WrestleMania. So I don't know, but that match is going to be an absolute banger. Yeah, there's not really loads to say on that match because like I said a lot of it on the WrestleMania prediction videos, but I just wanted to bring up the fact that we are now getting a fatal four-way. I think the next thing that happened on Raw was Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman and CM Punk segment. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it was. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. This segment was absolutely fantastic. I wish we had a little bit of a promo by CM Punk, but oh well. This was absolutely an incredible segment. Like, my video is not up yet because this video will be uploaded the day that I do it because obviously it's a Raw review. But there's a video that is coming out on the 12th of April, I think, so in a few days. And I don't want to say too much because it'll spoil that match, but that YouTube video. But one of the men that are in this ring, let's just say that, I put at the top of the list, let's just say. And he proved to me why he's on the top of the list for me in this segment, because you know what, Seth Rollins, you know what, just Seth Rollins, because you can look at everybody else on that video on who I put as my top 10 goes, but Seth Rollins is number one. I am a massive CM Punk fan. Them two hate each other. I have a CM Punk tattoo, but personally for me, Seth Rollins is the best wrestler in the world. In terms of WWE, I don't base it on other companies. I'm basing it, this is WWE goes for me, and best in the world in terms of wrestling world entertainment, not anywhere else. So, but Seth Rollins for me personally is the greatest of all time, and in this segment he proved to me even more why he is the best in the world. Sorry CM Punk to use your phrase, but he just can work a promo so fucking well, and he brings out the emotion in the crowd, in himself, in his people that he's battling against promo wise. He's just so fucking incredible, and looked fucking incredible as well. Like, that man is just, yeah, I don't know, man. Don't know why I'm adding that into a Raw review, but he looked fucking incredible, that segment. He looked like a fucking 70s rock star. But anyway, I'm going off topic. But Seth Rollins, at the end, when CM Punk came out, because Seth Rollins was going to attack Paul Heyman, Seth said that you now owe me a favour. And I did say in my WrestleMania 41 prediction video that Seth Rollins is going to stand tall at WrestleMania Saturday with Paul Heyman along his side. And now I think that actually might be happening, because what else is this favour going to be? There's nothing else. There's not anything else this favour could be, apart from helping Seth to win against his two arch rivalries in the WWE, and two of the biggest egos in the WWE in Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Like, we are definitely getting a sort of Seth Rollins heel turn, I guess, maybe, kind of, alongside Paul Heyman. And I think Seth is going to become a Paul Heyman guy. And then it's going to start a back and forth between Roman Reigns. And that will feud their rivalry. And then they will have a match at probably SummerSlam. And then Seth will most likely have a match for the World Heavyweight Championship, whoever that is at the current time, with Paul Heyman by his side. For sure. Like, I definitely think that's happening, especially after Seth not curb stomping Paul Heyman and saying that you owe me a favour. But that whole in-ring promo segment between Paul and Seth Rollins was just absolutely incredible. And like I already said, Seth just proved to me why he is the GOAT of this industry and why he is the best WWE wrestler in the world in terms of every single decade. And that's my opinion, and I'm saying that as a fucking massive CM Punk fan. Like I already showed you, I have a CM Punk tattoo. I am obsessed with that man. But I can't not have Seth at my top. He's just so good. But yeah, no, I'm so excited for WrestleMania. Let me know what you thought of this Raw. I rate Raws and SmackDowns every single week, and I've been doing this since 2010, so it's been a long time since I've been doing this. And I gave Raw a 5 out of 5 this week because it was absolutely incredible. Obviously next week is the go home show Raw of WrestleMania week. I don't sound right, but I'm gonna leave it as that. I definitely will do a review on that because yeah, it's the go home show. And Roman Reigns has been announced for that show, so that's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. Be interesting to see if Seth and Punk are there. I presume they will be because it's the go home show. And we also had AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross next week as well, and that's it. That's all we've got announced. But hopefully it's going to be good. But yeah, this Raw was fucking incredible. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's Raw, and I most likely maybe we'll do a SmackDown review as well, but like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not going to do reviews for every single Raw and SmackDowns. I'm only going to do ones that I feel there's a lot to talk about, and I just felt there was quite a few things to talk about that happened on this Raw episode, especially the last segment in itself. But yeah, I think I've got everything in that I wanted to say about this segment. Well, the segments. Yeah. Just again, absolutely incredible segment by Seth and Paul. And I ain't afraid to say this as a man. Seth Rollins is, yeah. He looks incredible. I mean, like I've already said, he looked like a 70s fucking rock star. He's just, that man can work a character so well. He's just absolutely incredible. But before I drag this on too much, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to comment what you thought of this week's Raw and what you thought of this review. Like, do you want me to carry on doing these or not? And make sure to subscribe. I have had a lot of videos come out. No, actually, no. I have a video coming out as well today. I have 2 videos out today because I've got another video that's coming out later today. Because this video will be out before that one. Yeah, so look forward to that. And then I have another couple of videos coming out, and then I have another few videos coming out, which will be unboxing videos. Which I'm not going to go on to about it in this video because I have spoke about it in the next video that you'll see. So I'm not going to go on to what that unboxing videos are going to be. But yeah, look forward to those coming out very, very soon. But yeah, this has been Charlie, and this has been my WWE Raw review for the 7th/8th of April, depending on where you watched it. For me it was the 8th, but actually it's the 7th. So yeah, again, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next review. Peace.